Well, good morning. Your regular host could not be here today. Little live Windows training, Doug. I'm cranky, Doug. Cranky,
Yeah.
Doug. All right, I got an audio confirmation. It is November 25th, 2023, 1 month before Christmas, 11 a.m. Yeah, well, my day hasn't been real smooth so far. And then I turned to getting Big Beast ready for today's show. A couple glitches there, but that's not where my crankiness comes from today. So let's see. Maybe doing the show will improve my spirits. Do you think? Do you want to place some bets on it? I'm going to go look at chat. There's no Zoom session is open. There's nobody in Zoom currently. So you have the place all to yourself if you come in. Zoom in chat here. Bobby Warren, hello. Official Tim Tech, hello. Ida Rivera, third. Ida, my kind of music in the intro. Love it. Tony Wallow with the $1.99 super chat. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning to you, my friend. Darren Gilholm also. John Williams has to be one of my favorites. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Oh yeah, that wasn't the music. That was the Beat Saber, wasn't it? Dennis, due to doctor's appointment, I will not be here live. Nice intro. Thank you. Oh, let's turn timestamps on. Are these all before showtime? Yeah, they are. John to Dennis, hope all goes well with the doc. Jonathan saying hello to a bunch of people. Ida saying hello. Dennis, my appointment is a diabetes checkup. Rick Lakes, I've always liked this song. Sweet Child of Mine. And Jonathan, hello. Dennis, so far the doctor's not shown up. Still waiting. Rick, Tony, Rick, John. CFWW, I am thankful for all of you, he says. Very kind remarks there. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to all. Dennis says, I have to use speech to text on this phone. Tony Wallow, let's see, have to use speech to text. So he has to speak his text messages while he's in the doctor's office. Can't type the text messages. Interesting. More people saying hellos to each other. John Williams, I still have leftovers to eat. Hellos, hellos, hellos. Can't get past the trader on my phone. That's annoying. Arnold Albert says greetings to all. That's still before showtime. Seeing the same names, chit-chatting back and forth, not actually reading them all. Tony says AVDVR good. Oops, W. He reminds me to put the watch on the table. That way, if he texts me with a message about something that's going wrong in the show, I will hear it. If I'm wearing the watch, it just vibrates on my wrist, and I usually don't feel that during the show. Bobby Warren says, hey, Doug, I'm thinking about getting a 2020 computer at $749 at Best Buy. Okay, well, good luck with that thinking. If you have a specific question, you could ask it. Good morning or afternoon, as the case may be. Winter mute. Let's see. Good morning. I turned on a PC so I don't have to use speech to text. Well, he said he's still waiting for the doctor. Is that maybe that's a virtual appointment? I've been doing virtual appointments with my doctor. I like it. One, Doug, I'm getting some weird buffering, Doug. When I first logged in, the live indicator timeline at the bottom started moving across as it filled the buffer. Then I got the spinning circle in the buffer. Well, do your refresh the browser tab, and you can right-click on the desktop on the video and choose Stats for Nerds and watch the buffer. You could pause it just for a couple of seconds. That'll allow the buffer to build up a little bit, then unpause it, so you're just a couple seconds behind. Those are just ideas that might help. Ken says the Zoom homies all watched your trailer in the wee hours of the morning. We just failed to comment. Hot Child in the City, another song. Let's see, Rand Israel, hello. Evening for him, morning for us. Lawn Dog jumped back. This kept occurring for about 2 minutes. Not sure if I'm actually live or a little behind. 20 seconds behind. What an astounding thought. Ken Stout sends me a text message and says, I'm not Tony Wallow. I'm not. Well, I'm sorry about that. You'll get over it. There's a therapist that can help you get over that. A few of them. Catch up at DVR2. Let's catch up here. We got to get into the Zoom session. There's one in the Zoom session. Dog, okay, I slid the timeline to the present. Let's see if it holds. Doctor canceled on me. Dennis is live after doing double speed. Is that a good option, Doug? I will post a link. Is that a good? Yeah, post a link to it. Yeah, I'm not saying that's a good computer. I'll post a link. We'll have a look. Oh, he did that. Post the link, Bob, from Chris. So here's the Best Buy computer. I will let other people comment on it, and I'll come back and look at it. MacBook Air. Oh, yeah. You're going to get a lot of enthusiastic support here for a MacBook, aren't you? Aren't you? Jeff Ryman to Ken. It's about time you got up. Been up, did a live stream. Ken already did a live stream. Oh, am I caught up in chat already? Oh, that'd be nice. Zavi Minor has arrived. Hello. Good to see you, Jeff Ryman, Ken. Your live stream notification didn't wake me up then. Okay, so I'm going to go bring in the Zoom session. And we've got 1 star in the Zoom session. I'll turn my video on and switch that to gallery. Turn my microphone on and change the audio so that we can hear Jeff. And hey. I'll click here. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Well, kind of cold. That's why I got my sweatshirt on. My office is cold. My daughter turned the air conditioning on upstairs last night.
Air conditioning? Oh, wow.
Yeah. She lives in the hottest room of the house up here, and so
oh,
she wanted to sleep cold, I guess. So I got my sweatshirt on our last game of the season today.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, just a few minutes before showtime, I was still wearing my jacket, my big winter jacket.
I do have a quick question for you about one of your topics when you get to it.
Okay. I just very, very shortly here, I'll answer that. I took the jacket off and went over to punch up the heater because I am cranky Doug, not willing to put up with the cold. All right. Well, let's go with your question.
Okay, it's about Alice's new computer.
Yeah.
In one of your streams, you showed some options from Dell. And there was one in which if you upgraded the graphics card, which you at least at one point thought she ought to do, it was going to make her buy another monitor. And I really didn't understand why that would be forced upon her.
Not another monitor, but a different display. It's an upgraded display within the all-in-one. Yeah, so not a second monitor. And to your point, I was thinking about that later. My guess is that Dell didn't want to make a bunch of different configurations of that computer. And they figure anyone that wants a dedicated graphics card is probably going to want, would be okay with extra memory and the different display.
Is the standard one and integrated graphics? That wasn't clear.
Yeah.
To me, because Intel now does make separate graphics cards that are a little better than integrated graphics. And I didn't see the specs well enough to tell the difference in that particular case.
I can't say that I saw it well enough to make the difference, but there were people in chat that were confirming or saying that they confirmed that was integrated graphics.
That was just sort of a curiosity question. I thought if she was good with the display that was on there, the better graphics card should certainly work the other display. It sounded to me like they just wanted to upgrade it to get a little more profit.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the way to a way to go about that might be to go back to the base model and choose a different base model that is the same size, for instance, and you might get different choices of equipment. I've had that happen.
It doesn't always work this way. It used to be in the old days, if you would call Dell and talk to a salesperson, they would sometimes have options available that were not available on the website.
Okay, now Jeff, pause for a minute because I've been told that your audio is not coming over very well. So I'm looking for that. Let's see. That's a speaker. Yeah, I'm seeing that the.
No, Let me check. I normally use the audio.
It's on my side. It's on my side.
Oh,
I
okay.
promise you that, because I'm saying that because as I'm looking at the spectrum analyzer, I'll call it, for the application audio, oh, it's not registering at all. And I just realized I'm hearing you over my speakers, not over my headset. So let me work on some adjustments here.
Right, I'm using the same mic I always do that's in my camera.
Yeah. I am using the slim installation of Windows 11 Big Beast build. I need to change.
Oh, that's right. You've got options when you boot now.
Yeah. And I did some more installations on that today. Okay, Windows says my headphone is this headset, but it looks like xSplit is overriding that for where it is sending out audio to. So I'm changing sound system from default speakers to here, Open Run Pro. Apply that. Now, Jeff, go ahead and say something.
All right. Is this any better?
No. It's not. There typically have been two choices for the Open Pro by shop.
Pay for it, which is nothing. So.
Let's do this way. Okay, out of that, that is still. See, I'm going to try unmuting my live stream.
Zoom video looks mirrored, but it doesn't look that way.
Unmuting my live.
The word Yeti in the correct.
Okay, they're not hearing you very well. So now let me say this. Jeff's voice is coming to me through. Oh, that's a Zoom adjustment for speakers. That's what's going on. Yes. Okay. Now, Jeff.
Okay, Rand was saying in the chat that your Zoom video appeared to be mirrored, but I see the word Yeti back there in the proper orientation. So I don't know if that's something else going on or what.
When I'm looking at on the screen, I'm seeing Yeti is backwards. Are you sure that's?
No, I'm seeing it the right orientation in my Zoom.
You're seeing it the correct orientation.
Oh, it's not correct in YouTube. It's correct in the Zoom.
Well, when I look at Zoom, it's not correct.
Okay. This is the DougBetts effect then.
I'm going to uncheck mirror my video. In the past, that has had to be checked. So that unmirrors that. That should also unmirror it for.
Okay, now it's correct for me in both the Zoom and the YouTube.
Yeah, and that also switched where my wall painting is on. So now it's on the left side, whereas it was on the right side.
Well, Ken, he wasn't married. Well, he was married for me in the YouTube, but not in the Zoom, Ken.
And that's weird that you saw me correctly in Zoom, but I saw me not correct. Oh, no, that makes sense. Because, yeah, that Zoom setting about mirror is mirror my video for me. It doesn't change your view of it. Yeah, that makes sense. And I see the.
So when you switched yours, then that's what got transmitted over YouTube.
Right. Because xSplit is taking a shot of what I see in the Zoom meeting. And that's what I was seeing.
Well, you've answered my curiosity question. I'll let you move on to something important.
Well, let me. I want to restate that to make sure. Is Alice here, by the way? I don't recall seeing her in chat.
I didn't see her in the YouTube
I don't see her.
chat yet.
But the thing there that I want to point out is if she starts with a different base model Dell computer, that's the size that she wants. The customization choices may be different, and I've been able to solve issues like that with Dell before, where it's not what I what I want. And then another thing you can do is actually call them. And a salesperson will customize the order with you over the phone in
Yeah, that's
ways
what
that
I
it
had
might
said
not.
when people were not able to hear me in the past. You could talk to a salesperson, and they have
Yeah,
more options than what you get on the website.
right, right.
All right. Pardon
Okay,
me.
now I'm not. I tried to get my Stream Deck buttons working this morning and ran into another issue. And now this installation of xSplit is exhibiting the same symptom that the Big Beast Build Fat edition or bloated Big Beast Build is having. All right, so I'm going to go back to chat. Let's see. Oh, but another thing about Alice's computer. Let me go bring this up. See if I can show the email here. Where is it? This one. Yeah, I'll block the email address. Brian Lightfoot sent this through. Says, I ran across this on blackfriday.com, Costco Cyber Monday deals. Scroll down until you see Dell Inspiron 27, yada, yada, so on. This is the system with the i7 CPU. Instead of integrated graphics, 32 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, upgraded 27-inch touchscreen, 2-year warranty. This is currently shown on Costco and Dell website for $14.99, but the price according to blackfriday.com website, Costco will be selling it for $999. So that one, that upgraded one, it's available through Costco for $999. I forwarded this email to Alice within a couple minutes after Brian sent it to me last night. I'll put this link in chat so people can go look at that. That is a heck of a good deal. And that also reminded me, yeah, Monday is Cyber Monday. So Black Friday isn't the last opportunity for computer deals. Let's see. I'm going to say link provided by Brian Lightfoot for a better price for Alice. So, and she's responded to that, acknowledged that email to me by email. So she is aware of it and has already looked at it. Yeah. Let's see, that was Bobby's. It's vMinor. This is where I was at. Bob, oh, yeah, Windows Live Training. Bobby, don't buy a MacBook, says. We'll go look at that in a minute, Bobby. Just teasing you. Dennis, I'm live. We're waiting for word from the clinic about whereabouts of the doctor is attending patients in the hospital. Instead, appointment slipped to the future. John Williams, how is your new bus? Stay behind the wheel or under it? So I'm going to try to kind of catch up here. Got that audio fixed and the mirroring fixed.
Well, Brian has a mirrored comment over at YouTube. Yeah, although I think that was some trickery involved.
Okay, I'll get caught to that in a minute. Let's see, disappear backwards, changing much better. And Doug says, I have issues. Yes, you have issues. Jonathan, Jim audio, normal, better. Trying to catch up here. Dennis, Fortnite PC, if you need another Zoom participant for testing. No, I'm not, don't need any testing. Come into Zoom if you want to. If you don't want to, don't. I mean, left Doug, right Doug versus wrong. I meant left Doug. This video stuff and the effects, we absolutely do not realize the perception of cameras and how things get flipped. Very interesting. Trying to get caught up here. Yeah, that's that. In Israel, oh, Jim is, yeah, Jim, was he the one that caught up? No, Dennis did. I don't know. Moving on. Attention Doctor Who fans in the Western Hemisphere, first special of 60th anniversary now available for streaming on Disney. JMO.
Just my opinion.
Oh, thank you. But AIO is a bad choice for a gaming computer. For serious gamers, but for Alice, it'll be sufficient. She's not a hardcore gamer. And she was fine with her current computer until it started misbehaving. Let me try that other version. Until it started misbehaving. All right. Going back to topics. Alice, new computer purchase options. Is there anything else I want to catch there? So she sent that email about that Dell computer that she spotted. We looked at that yesterday on the show. I saw an advertisement. Lenovo's going to have a bunch of Cyber Monday deals out. So there's all of that to be looking forward to still. Alice, that price from Costco looked really impressive.
I just looked at my Costco page, and the Cyber Monday things still aren't up yet, and they're still showing what's left from Black Friday.
Yeah, and that link that Brian provided, that was not from Costco. That was somebody else.
Was somebody else who scouts special prices.
All right, well, let's go look at Bobby's Mac Air that he's looking at. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Mac Air 13.3-inch laptop. Let's see, took a little while for it to switch. Another symptom. Pink. It's pink. Yeah. 8 gigabytes memory. That sounds a bit on the low side, 256 gigabyte. What do you want to do with this computer, Bobby? Tell us why you want a Mac to begin with. Not judging, just want to make sure it's appropriate for your intended purpose. That will run the Mac operating system, obviously, but is this computer adequate for your intentions, your purpose? Maybe you are just accustomed to the Mac operating system, and that's fine. You have my sympathies for that. That's a mean thing to say, isn't it?
No.
No, completely reasonable. Now, this is a 13.3-inch laptop. The alternative choices are 14-inch, 14-inch, 16-inch. So it's the smallest of the laptops. It'd be very easy to carry around.
I found a video someplace on YouTube just by accident where somebody was talking about why 8 gigabytes is entirely adequate for a Mac with their new CPUs. And I didn't watch it all the way through, but somebody was defending that. I don't recall whether it was Apple themselves or somebody else.
Yeah, that's a good point. This M1 CPU, I believe that's what they've really made kind of a breakthrough with.
Well, they're up to M2 chip, now, right? At least, maybe even more. I don't know. But
well, here's an M3 available for their higher end computers.
Right. Well, you get to M3, you're talking serious money, I think.
Yeah, and then down here for the Apple M1 processor, they say entry-level processor, good for everyday tasks, basic music and videos. 8 gigabytes, excellent for multitasking, advanced photo and video editing, mid-range gaming. That is still, they're just talking there about 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then here they have the M1 7-core graphics. Is that included on this computer? It seems to me that this is highlights for this computer. And then there's a right arrow here to look at more highlights. So this is giving more detail about that computer. 256 gigabytes total storage. Oh, that's the storage drive. Yeah, 13.3. Yeah, so this is all information about that computer. Now it also went to the left of the, oh no, that left arrow is grayed out. Here's 574 questions and answers. So you can look at questions other people have asked. You can ask your own question. All right, enough of the basic looking at that. I accidentally clicked on something there. I bet you're laughing at chat room, aren't you?
Well, yeah. Yeah, just there are some opposing views about Apple computers over in chat.
Now, did he say anything in here? Retire my old one, do my pray line, and check my email and upload videos, go onto web pages. Prayer line, I'm going to guess that it is. Check my email, upload videos, go onto web pages. So it doesn't sound like very heavy usage, and he's replacing his old one. If his old one is also kind of a bottom of the line computer, then that's probably going to be fine. MacBooks are still overpriced stuff. From Jim, all I have are announcements unrelated to the show's intended purpose. I'll be quiet now. And Lawn Dog, Ken Stout Live, do you specifically use the Zoom email address for the Zoom content joining the Zoom? Oh, that's Ken. I can skip over that. I want space gray. So he's going to choose a different color, I guess. He's an Apple fanboy. Retire my old one. Read that already. Jim, reasonable comment. Which of the comments would that be referring to? I don't know.
Might have been something you or I said. I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been. I don't know. It could have been his previous comment. Because his previous comment was Apple fanboy, and that's fair. And that's nothing to be. That's not even a ridicule.
Yeah.
He's a fan of them because he's been using them for a while.
Yeah. Now, I own nothing Apple except stock, and it keeps going up. So all you guys keep Apple crap.
So you want to encourage Bobby to buy this computer, and maybe even encourage him to buy a more expensive one.
Yeah, buy that M3.
Okay, buying a computer based upon its color. Well, he's not buying the pink. He says he wants the space gray. So I assume you can make that choice. Fanboy defend 8 gigabytes. Apple OS is more. Now, on the plus side, and I think even Jim concedes this, is that the Apple is a much tighter environment, and I think you have fewer of the random things that go wrong because software is closely controlled by Apple, hardware is closely controlled by Apple, and there's less cooks in the kitchen. So which cook in my kitchen is causing my troubles? Or I think it's a whole group of them, frankly. Their new processors are worth buying a computer from them. The ARM processor, generally speaking, apparently superior at this time, but there are many parameters to weigh at judgment against. Apple OS is more. Daniel Emberley spent a lot of time with my 2-year-old 5700G Asus ROG gaming. Danielle, you brought up that subject yesterday, and I want to encourage you to use Crystal Disk Info to check your hard drive, because what you were describing of the symptoms really sounds like you've got a drive problem. Yeah, the hardware issue. Can't complete a Windows install or recover an image. Yeah, I think your hard drive, or
she's
even
saying now she's getting a high voltage warning from the BIOS about the CPU.
All right. Well, still need to check that drive, that storage drive with Crystal Disk Info. Trying to skip through things. Let's go over to Zoom. I'm gonna keep looking through Zoom there a little bit. Hello, Jim.
Howdy.
You ready to lay into somebody for wanting to buy an Apple?
No, they've made their bed. They can lie in it.
All right.
You're right. I mean, there may be fewer things to go wrong, but here's the problem: when they do go wrong, just empty your wallet.
Yeah. Or buy a new one, and that's where he's at now. Is replacing his old one now. Good.
Sorry.
Well, it sounds to me like his old one is he's just replacing because it's time, and it doesn't actually have a problem, perhaps. Go ahead.
No, I understand that. I'm just telling you. when a MacBook goes bad or it
Yeah.
has a problem, they can often be very expensive to fix.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if your iMac or your MacBook or whatever is probably more than 4 years old, and you take it to the Genius Bar, the Genius